Do you have a favorite number? Do you find yourself always playing the same lottery numbers? Or what about waking up in the middle of the night at the same time every single day? Or you always look at the clock and you see the same number the same time? Chances are the universe is trying to speak to you because you and you and you and you and you are mediums. You and you and you and all of you are intuitive. But today I'm going to talk a little bit about the intuition through numbers. Why? Well, it's come up a lot in the last couple of days. Yesterday I had a client ask me about the number 444, as she's been seeing it everywhere. Today, while I was at the grocery store, our bill came to $44.44. I noticed it, but I particularly took note when the cashier said, "You know what, honey? You should play those numbers." I just had to giggle. I'm like, she's intuitive. And then later this afternoon, my best friend, she's like, "Dawn, I just realized the room I'm in is 222. What does that mean?" Again, numerology bubbling up to the surface. So I took it as my sign that that's what I'm supposed to talk to you all about. So what do you know about numerology? Well, to be breaking down numbers, let's first talk about the numbers 1 through 10. Because basically, once you have any number, be it 5,643 or the number 2, you can take everything. Numerology works the same way with both of those. Just a little more complex breaking down that 5,000 number as opposed to 2. So let's talk about 1 through 10. 1. When ones come in and you are seeing ones, this is all about opportunity. This is where the hand of God is coming in and placing something in your path to be taking you down the road towards your life purpose. You have the opportunity to seize a new gift. When you move from 1 to 2, this is when you have to make that choice. The opportunity is not only there, but you have to make a decision and choose which path to go. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it's incredibly clear, but this is when you start planning for that future. You move to 3. This is where poof, that planning begins to come to fruition. You start to see a manifestation of those goals and those plans that you've had in 1 and 2. It's a wonderful place to be. It's also a pretty solid place to be. And there is a little bit of magic that occurs in 3s. 4s are all about stability and security. I like to liken numerology to sacred geometry. So when you get to 4, you have the square. A square is solid. It is hard to move. You're not going to tip and roll that over. Just like the number 4, you are secure, you are stable, and you're liking where you're at. 5's my least favorite number. Why? Because they are about change, they are about chaos, and it's clunky change. You think about when a star is turning, it will turn, it will roll, but it goes clunk, clunk. And each time it goes from place to place, it's like, well, oh, again. It's not so comfortable. So I'm not really a fan of 5s. But then you move to 6s. From that struggle, from that conflict, you get balance, you get harmony, which is a great place to be. It's even keeled, and it brings a peace to the world. 7's another great number, as they are a spiritual number. This is where the universe conspires to be bringing you and rising you to a higher vibration. Hard things about 7's is it takes a little bit of a strike of luck, sort of like when you're at the casino and you want to hit 777. Take that strike of luck from the universe, and that happens in its time, not necessarily your time. So if you're seeing 7's, you don't want to be rushing anything. You want to be letting go and letting God. 8's beautiful number because it brings abundance. Your pockets are going to be filled. There is enough for everybody. What goes around comes around. If you think about the infinity sign, that is the number 8. And it is just a wonderful place to be. 9s, you come to a completion, the end of a cycle. Again, there is some abundance that comes with 9s. And it's a good place to be. And then when you get to your 10s, you're back at the beginning, because 1 plus 0 of the 10 equals 1, and the cycle repeats itself. So when you're looking at a number, say you have the number 461. How do you determine what that means? And say that's your favorite number. Well, you look at each of the numbers individually. So the 4 meaning stability, the 6 meaning balance, the 1 meaning opportunity. So you look at it and say, it being, okay, I'm in a place of stability, I'm looking for balance, and from that balance I'm going to find new opportunities. And then you do another thing. You add all those numbers up. So 4 plus 6 plus 1 equals 11. And then you break it down even further so that you get a singular digit, which is the 1 plus 1 equals 2. So ultimately the outcome of this situation is going to be that 2, where from this new opportunity, you're going to have a choice that is going to have to be made. That's going to take you away from that stability and that balance that you have found in the 4 and the 6 to be going down into a different direction. So that's kind of how you break down numerology. It's easy because not everybody has that number, or when you see a number, it's not always going to be that 1111. It can be that 461 where it's just like, I keep seeing this. So taking the time to break these numbers down, it can be, you can see that. The triple digits, the quad digits, something like an 1111, a 22, a 44, an 11. These, when you start seeing digits like that, these are angel numbers, but specifically the 1111 and the 11s, the 22s, and the 44s. These are numbers where the spirit is stepping in and they're wanting to push you on your path. That's why I always say, if you see them, make a wish. Whatever is in your heart at that moment has the ability to come to fruition. So the universe gives you all of these messages, and it's just your job, should you choose, to interpret it. If you're waking up at the same time every single morning, say it is 4:32, I would encourage you to dissect those numbers, digest them, break them down, and what does that mean? You'll probably learn a lot about yourself, and it's going to confirm things you're already feeling. The universe rarely gives you new information. Not only can the universe be giving you messages, but then think about the messages and the energy you're trying to create. Take, for example, your address. What number is it? What is that bringing into the household? What do you have? What does that mean for you? And you can build upon that. The more conscious you are of it, the more those numbers work for you. So guys, I hope this gives you a little bit of snippet into what numerology is. I hope you can start to use it and pay closer attention to those numbers that are coming your way. And if you want to learn more about numerology, a great resource and book that I use is Doreen Virtue's Angel Numbers. Its link to it is in the description below, but also you can do any type of Google searches and they often lead you to great answers. So guys, that is all for today. If you like what you are seeing, like my channel, subscribe to it, share with your friends. I've got a lot more days coming. I have no idea what day I am on at this point. I know I'm someplace in the 20s. But I will be talking to you again tomorrow.